Theodore Corleone shared one brutal characteristic: silence. But why does the silence weigh so heavily? How does it decide who lives and who dies? And what kind of silence are you using right now without realizing it? In 1945, Don Vito Corleone, head of a powerful New York mafia family, grants favors on the day of his daughter's wedding to inspire respect. Tension erupts when he refuses to participate in Virgil Salazzo's drug trafficking business, leading to an attempt on his life in the street, and his son Fredo is unable to do anything. For Vito, silence is a tool of introspection and wisdom. He uses it to understand others and inspire loyalty. He only breaks his silence when strictly necessary. In contrast, Fredo's silence comes from fear and confusion, condemning him to irrelevance. Michael, the youngest son, initially distances himself from the family business. However, he is forced to intervene. When his father is targeted again at the hospital, he steps in, killing Solozzo and a corrupt police captain to protect the family. While Michael is away in Sicily, the war between the families intensifies and culminates in the brutal murder of Sonny, the eldest brother. Saddened by the loss, Vito negotiates a precarious peace with the other families to allow Michael to return. However, Michael transforms the silence into a weapon that he uses to measure, control, and dominate his environment. Sonny, on the other hand, represents the total absence of pause, his inability to inhabit silence, replacing reflection with explosive impulse, ultimately seals his tragic end. Michael returns and becomes the new Don. After Vito dies of natural causes, Michael executes a master plan to eliminate all of his enemies. While acting as Godfather at his nephew's baptism, his hitmen eliminate the heads of rival families. The film ends with Michael consolidating his absolute power, lying to his wife about his crimes, and receiving homage from his men as the new and definite Godfather. In Godfather, silence is not an absence, but rather the crudest manifestation that controls every destiny. For Vito, silence is a symbol of wisdom, allowing him to die in peace. For Michael, silence is a weapon that condemns him to isolation and fear. Fredo's silence renders him irrelevant, and Sonny's inability to keep quiet literally kills him. For silence, for destinies. Sometimes we think we are in silence out of wisdom, but it's actually fear. Sometimes we think we are dominating, but we are actually paralyzed. However, the silence we project does not lie. Others can see it for what it is. Others see it for what it is. What kind of silence are you using?